So we're going to talk a little bit about how to use audio loops today at the very beginner level. Loops are audio samples that repeat. You have the ability to drag and drop loops into the channels and mix and match them however you like. So if you follow this little overview window over here, you'll see a demo of the mouse adding a channel at the bottom by using the Add Channel button, making an audio channel, then going into the sound library and dragging a loop into the main window of the digital audio workstation. As we said, a loop is an audio sample that repeats seamlessly when it is played. You can layer loops on top of each other to make endless variations because you can mix and match however you want. Loops are great building blocks for songs. When you're new to music production, you can find over 12,000 royalty-free loops in the library on the right-hand side of your studio. So this is what our sound library looks like. You can search. It'll have it coded by genre. Royalty-free means you do not have to pay for it. Royalty-free means it was not taken from music that existed already, but it sounds like music that does exist. When you're using your loops in your track, you can listen to a preview by clicking on the loop. You can also press stop, choose to hear repetitively, or disable autoplay. So autoplay is a function where if you just click on a loop, it'll play it for you automatically. If not, you could choose to stop that. You'll add new channels by clicking the plus sign in the bottom left corner, and you'll choose between audio and MIDI channels. Audio channels are for audio loops. Instrument channels are for MIDI loops. Once you find a loop you like, you'll drag it into the channel. Once again, audio channels for audio loops, instrument channels for MIDI loops. MIDI loops are different because it's a special kind of musical code or a language for the computer to understand. Unlike audio clips, you can change an instrument for MIDI clips by clicking Edit Instrument and make changes to the notes by double-clicking on the note clip. So what you'll see is that in this window, the little demo window, the cursor is changing the instrument with this drop-down window. Because it's a MIDI track, you can manipulate the sound. Then the note windows are these green windows. So if you double-clicked on that, you can actually manipulate the pitches one by one, giving you more of an original sound or original melody. Here's a good tip. The first loop you use will set your project's tempo. You want to make sure all the loops in your project have the same tempo, or beats per minute, so they all go well together. That's everything you need to know about audio loops right now. A complete track can have anything from 10 to 100 channels. So start with a couple loops first and then go from there. Make your song as complex as you want. Advice from me: when I create music, I like to think about having alternating sections, and I like to think about building texture. So alternating sections would be having an idea, like a main idea of the song, or like a question that you ask in the beginning of the song. And then the second idea could be the resolution to that question, or an answer, or creating more conflict. What texture is how many instruments you have playing at the same time. Thick textures have multiple instruments and they get heavier, and you have to do more mixing, meaning adjusting the levels of each track and placing them on different sides of the speakers, the left or the right. We'll get more into that as we go on, but what I want you to think about is, how can I use audio loops to create an idea? You're going to need a drum track to create a beat. You're going to need some kind of harmony instrument, so I would suggest bass or keyboard. And you're going to need some kind of melody instrument. You can use synthesizers, guitars, you can use vocal, like they'll definitely have vocal samples. You can use different kind of rhythm ideas too to create your ideas. So use your audio loops and use MIDI loops and just try and stack these on top of each other and create one section that's an idea and a second section that's an idea. And remember, even numbers are your friends. So use bars in multiples of 2, 4, 8, and 12. Have a great time composing.